Well, y'all, Emily French has been working in coalition with partners in Texas to push back on attempts to silence our voices. Emily, can you come and share with us what a bad ruling on Calais could mean for the people of Texas in particular?
Absolutely. Thanks, Ash. In Texas, we've got certainties, right? There's death, there's taxes, there's Ted Cruz getting on a plane and going on a tropical vacation as soon as the temperature gets freezing. Unfortunately, one of those certainties is also that our state leaders are going to try to silence our power to vote, especially Black and brown Texans. As Maya said earlier, the supremely unjust court. I love to hear it. I love to see so many John Roberts haters in the chat. I am one of you. I love you. If John Roberts has no haters, I'm dead, etc. And back in 2013, the Supreme Court decided Shelby County versus Holder, which was John Roberts' first swipe at the Voting Rights Act. Well, one of his first swipes. In that opinion, he said that discrimination is over. Yay, we did it. And he removed DOJ protections, oversight of regions with a history of voter discrimination, obviously like Texas. And the very next day, Texas passed a strict voter ID law, which we all know voter ID disproportionately harms Black and brown voters. Texas also closed 750 polling places over the next 3 years, most of them in Black and brown neighborhoods. Immediately, hundreds of thousands of Texans were impacted by that Supreme Court decision, and it was harder for them to vote, if not impossible for a lot of them to vote. And last summer, we saw firsthand what Texas will do when they get the slightest nudge to gerrymander. They're going to take away power from Black and brown voters in Texas. In 2025, it was only done at the congressional level because Calais has not been decided yet, because we still have those Voting Rights Act protections. But they would love to gerrymander at the state level too. Our state legislature actually has really slim margins. It's not veto proof in the Texas House. It's really close in the Texas Senate. And the Republicans in the Texas Senate, those who want to suppress votes, would love to keep voters of color from electing any more reps of choice, just in case those reps turn out to be Dems. And they aren't always. But if Louisiana versus Calais removes those protections of the VRA, Texas will redraw everything, from the state legislature, county commissioners' courts, all the way down to school boards. That's going to favor white candidates with big money behind them. Just last year, Greg Abbott put a bunch of money into getting a bunch of more moderate Republicans out, a bunch of his like hand-picked pro-school voucher folks in, and now the Texas public school system is struggling for funding. And there's going to be a lot more of that. There won't be as much protection if Calais is decided against the Voting Rights Act. We're going to see a move towards at-large or multi-member districts to harm diverse areas like Houston and Dallas. They're going to they'll have all these white people from the rich suburbs of Houston representing all of the people in Houston, no matter white, black, all different races. And they're going to see diverse cities like Austin, where I live, scooped out as far as possible into rural areas that we have nothing in common with. We're gonna see school board extremism take it to new heights, right? That's gonna mean more PragerU videos shown in Texas public schools where a creepy cartoon Columbus tells kids that slavery was okay. It's gonna be more votes, more school boards that can vote to replace school counselors with Christian chaplains, which is a thing the school board is in charge of right now. If we lose the Voting Rights Act in Texas, it's going to be even harder to push back authoritarianism in our state government.
Emily, could you give us, I know we've got some Texas fam on the call. What are ways that folks that are in Texas, what can they do to show up and show out in support of voting rights for our people?
I'm so glad you asked, Ash. We're going to fight unfair partisan redistricting at the local level, just like we fought it at the state level last summer. Last summer, the whole deck was stacked against us. We were, back on our feet. They knew they were going to redistrict. We didn't know until it started. But we joined with Texas for All, Fair Maps Texas, tons of allies, folks on this call, and we rallied 5,000 people to protest gerrymandering in the August Texas heat. Maybe next year we'll have better weather. Doesn't matter. We will be out there. Thousands more folks lined up to testify, submitted comment, called their legislators, and gave them hell over the phone. People were fired up. And the closer to home gerrymandering gets, if they start doing it at the local level, the fewer people it takes to defeat that gerrymandering. We even got a good decision at the lower court written by a Trump appointee, 160 pages that the supremely unjust court ignored and bent over backwards. But we got a good record at the state level. I think we can do that again, and I think we can defeat it even sooner. Common Cause is a longstanding redistricting leader. We're experienced, we're well equipped to join with all of these other fantastic groups to fight for and win fair maps across the nation. My coworkers in Indiana actually just turned the tide, I think, on this nationwide redistricting by defeating a map that everyone thought was going to be a sure thing. And Common Cause has won at the Supreme Court. We've protected and expanded people's right to fair representation in Hawaii, California, Maryland, and North Carolina. I have so many great colleagues across the United States y'all can get involved with. And for what you can do, everything Cliff said plus one, generally in life, but specifically on what you can do right now. Also, you can follow us on social media. You can sign up for our Common Cause newsletter. We'll let you know as soon as there's something to do. We will be in your inbox telling you where you can join us to do it. Donate to us. One of the biggest things that I always want folks to do, I know people give up on Texas. I get it. I've lived here my whole life. It's really hard not to give up on Texas. But one of the most important things you can do is not give up on us. Tell your friends and family that with or without the Voting Rights Act, Texas is going to have democracy and fair representation sooner, not later, because we're fighting like hell for it.
That's exactly right. Texas is ours and we don't concede what's ours. So thank you, Emily, for your leadership. Y'all heard the calls to action. If you're in Texas, get down with Common Cause. If you've got family and friends in Texas, tell them to get down with Common Cause and sign up and support the work